Hello and welcome to another edition of After the Whistle. The first day of fall, summer is officially over, and we are here just in our, I don't got my hoodie on, but we're here.
Yep, it feels like it. It's been getting chilly the past couple nights, so last night was the last night I slept with the AC on.
Yeah, I'm back from Tennessee. I had a blast, despite this, you know, when you're at a party and you have a bottle, everybody taps the bottle, right?
Yeah, it's usually what happens.
I tell this boy, tap the bottle. Why this dude go?
He slapped it out your hand and broke.
Yeah. And I just looked at it, and I just looked at him, and I know everybody was probably looking at me like, he must be drunk. I'm like, no, I'm not.
They was looking at you?
They looked at me like I was already there on that level. I was like, no, that's not what happened.
You're supposed to lightly tap the bottle.
I just said tap. I showed him too. I was like, tap the bottle. Let's tap it. Yeah, I looked at him. I
seen you drink some cool coffee out there. They was making it on the ground. That was dope.
Yeah, that was some Ethiopian coffee.
Okay, I never seen that before.
Me either.
Well,
and I had got Ethiopian friends, but it was delicious.
That's dope.
The Nigerian Ethiopian wedding was pretty active.
All right.
Pretty active. Oh man, we got a lot to talk about. So we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna start off first with Monday Night Football, and you know how every team, after you have a bad game, there's a get right game, and you just play a bad team, and it's like, all right, this is my get right game. It was a get right game for Aaron Rodgers and the Packers after they completely weren't even that Saints game. It was just like they was there. They were just there. But in this one, it was competitive for the first half, and then the second half, the Packers just took over. Aaron Jones and Aaron Rodgers both were, pretty much unstoppable. Aaron Rodgers making some crazy throws, and the Lions, it's gonna be a long season.
Yeah, I felt like, I was watching this game. And first through third quarter, I was I swear to God, I looked down, looked up, and it was a blowout, bro. It just seems like fourth quarter. It seemed like Rodgers just kind of figured it out. You know what I mean? He was trying to get back to season form. He's definitely in mid-season form now, I think. That fourth quarter just helped him. And when you're playing a bad team, you're able to get loose and get your reps in. And yeah.
Especially a team you've dominated your whole career, you barely ever lose to them. And at home, you hardly ever lose to them. So, it's pretty much, let's get right, guys. Let's go out there.
But the worst thing about it is Detroit had opportunities. If they would have stuck to the game plan. You got 108 yards on the ground. You're averaging 5.7 yards a carry. You only rushed 19 times. Why don't you try to, for one, relieve Goff of some pressure, because he's your leading rusher. So you have to, get somebody in the running game to be effective. There's no reason why. You're not going to win if Goff's your leading rusher.
Yeah. None of the running backs even had 10 carries. None of them. And the game was pretty close to them, that they didn't even need to get away with them. And Jared Goff was looking he was looking like actual real, he was looking good. For the first time, I was like, oh, this might be a new guy. But see, they got away from everything.
But now it makes you now we see that it was never the quarterback in question, really. It's the play calling, the coaches.
Yeah.
Because Stafford leaves there and he's out here winning, looking great with the Rams. Goff gets brought here, and it's the same issue they've been having. They try to rely too much on the quarterback. You have to establish a run game. That's just how it is.
Especially in a close game, in a close first half game, and then you just lay a donut in the second half while these guys scored 21 points in the second half. So it was, but it's Detroit, and this is why Detroit has not been very good for a very long time, because they don't know how to win close games. They don't know how. They just not good at anything.
They either rely too much on the run game or too much on the pass game. They never had a balanced offense, bro.
And as the NFL changed, they passed the ball a lot. So, same old Detroit Lions, but good for the Packers. Good win for them, because they because they're going out west to play San Francisco next week, so they got a tough defense coming up. So the offense looked good, defense looked better in the second half than they did in the first half. So overall, it was a good bounce back game after they were still kind of on vacation in week 1.
Definitely.
All right, and then some of these games, these primetime games, has been very entertaining. We got another entertaining one between the Chiefs and the Ravens. Looked like the Chiefs were gonna run away with this late in the second half, but give the Ravens a lot of credit and give Lamar Jackson a lot of credit too, because he put the team on his back. Chiefs turnovers and miscues kept the Ravens in the game, and they definitely capitalized on those opportunities in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, man, kudos to the Ravens. Shout out to Lamar Jackson for playing a decent game. Now, if I'm Lamar, I'm happy we got this win, but I'm not that happy because I kind of almost gave it away. So, granted, what they say, win at all costs or whatever, which is great, but if the Chiefs don't fumble, you don't win. So you have to tighten up.
I mean, they took advantage of opportunities.
Yeah.
What the Chiefs fumbled, and then the Chiefs missed it was like a key third down play, I think.
But you know how some people might be like, now Jackson and Mahomes are level eye to eye. They're still not eye to eye, bro. Mahomes still owns the Ravens. It's not like they went out there and just beat the Chiefs. You know what I mean? And my thing is that the Chiefs gave them the game, and they took advantage of it. So that's why they got to tighten up. Well,
for the situation that they were in, they needed to win this game because I think they got like 15 guys on injured reserves. They got a lot of backups that are playing right now. So they definitely, because they don't have the easiest of schedules, so they definitely needed to find a way to win this game. And at this point, it's just going to be the Ravens' offense is just going to be like, listen, we got to put it all on Lamar Jackson's back, because right now he's carrying us. He's like the guy that's making everything happen. The good thing for them is that 251 yards on the ground. Like the Chiefs, they need to fix their run defense, but these guys, 251 yards on the ground.
I'm glad you said something about that, because when you look at the box score, it looks like the Ravens should have dominated the Chiefs. So that's why I'm like, for you to win like that, y'all got to tighten up. Because if the Chiefs are on their game, you don't stand a chance.
Yeah. I mean, turning the ball over.
Like, think about it.
Turn the ball over and scoring on defense,
and the Chiefs go 1-6 and third downs the whole game. That's unheard of with them. You know what I mean? And then, like I said, the Chiefs only ran the ball 18 times with 62 yards.
The time of possession, too. They were plus 11 on that with the time of possession. The Chiefs... The Chiefs, they were up 11 late, and then their miscues led to that. So this is the time. And you gotta give them credit, the Ravens credit too, for that going on that 4th and 1.
Oh yeah, no, I mean that's the reason why they won the game. Because if they would have kicked it back to them, they probably would have lost. So but also too, how many times you seen the Chiefs go scoreless in the fourth quarter?
Yeah.
So that's my point. Like, the Chiefs had an off game, which is not knocking anything for the Ravens. My whole thing is, though, they're gonna try to boost the Ravens like there's something that they really aren't yet. Like, that's all I'm saying.
I'm looking at their schedule. They got some tough matchups. They're on the road the next 2 weeks. They're at the Lions, then they're at Denver, which Denver undefeated, and they're looking actually like a really decent football team right now, offensively and defensively. They got the Chargers, Bengals, Vikings, so they got a little. Their schedule's not the easiest, so the Ravens just get these wins as much any way possible. But they definitely need guys to step up.
And Ravens, help Lamar relieve some pressure off that man, because you need to have him for a full season healthy.
Yeah. But with the way they go, with the way their offense goes, he's going to be carrying the ball like 10+ times. But they brought in some other running backs too. I think they got Le'Veon Bell and.
Don't they got like 4 running backs, 3-4 running backs? Yeah, that are solid.
No, those guys are hurt.
All of them?
Yeah, that's why they got all these backs. So Latavius Murray, Devontae Freeman. So those guys should help, because those guys just got there. So as the season goes on, they'll probably see more carries.
They just need some guys to run just to relieve some pressure and keep defense on their toes. That's really all they need.
Yeah, they do.
That's really it.
Well, the way the luck they've had this season, you don't know what's gonna happen with them, because they've had some bad luck. All right, Thursday night football, man. The Giants are probably. Man, I don't even know. I was watching that game and he missed it. I was like, wow, kickers. And then the flag came in. I was like, oh, he definitely jumped off sides. And it was, what's worse is you're right in front of the ball too. All you gotta do is look at the ball. That's it. Or you don't even have to move.
No, I was gonna say, he's like, I'm coming to you.
Right? You could have just put your hand up and nothing, but the Giants definitely gave this one away because they did everything to win this game except, these dumb miscues and dumb penalties.
And they was too busy knocking on the door. They didn't convince it to let him in.
You see that dude that dropped it? He dropped that wide open pass. That would have been a touchdown. That would have been the game right there. Those are the type of plays you have to make. Those type of plays, especially when your quarterback throws you a perfect ball and you're wide open. You got to catch that.
Especially when it's a second-year quarterback. Like Jones ain't no vet yet. You got to help this man out. He's still getting acclimated to being a starting quarterback.
Yeah.
Like it's not something that just happens your first year. So help them. You got to help each other out. Like.
And Jones ain't fumbled. He ain't fumbled. Did he fumble? I don't think he.
No.
Did he fumble? He didn't turn the ball over like he normally does. Like no fumbles, no interceptions. Their running attack. They had a pretty. He had 95 yards on the ground.
I was gonna say I don't like seeing my quarterback leading and rushing.
All scrambles too.
Oh.
Yeah, he got that deceptive speed. Like. He ran, you don't think he's that fast, and next thing you know, it's like a 30, 40-yard gain.
But all that's fine and all, but Washington still show why their defense is one of the best in the league.
Yeah, but their defense need to tighten up.
Oh, yeah.
But Taylor Heineke.
Yeah, I think it's Heineke. I was gonna ask you how to say it because I was sitting there debating on what to say.
Man, this dude is talking about taking advantage of his opportunities. He was doing everything to keep these guys in the game. They were making plays, because in the second half, especially the fourth quarter, it pretty much was back and forth. Whoever scores, the other team responded, and this guy, he's looking like he might be. They haven't had a quarterback in a while, so he's kind of looking like the guy, the guy for the job. Because every time he's been in that lineup for them, they've played well on offense.
Well, they've been looking for two things: a quarterback and a name. So you got one out the two. Can we get the name now? Jesus. You for real? Like.
that won't happen. That won't happen anytime soon. But yeah, for the Giants, it was too many mistakes. Too many mistakes. You had this game right there for you to win it. They had a late turnover as well in that fourth quarter. All the things teams that have been bad for a while due to not win games showed its hand in this one, and it's just like, this is why you guys are the Giants right now. So that NFC East, not looking too good. Not looking good at all.
You need to get a massage, man.
All right, let's go to the Pats. The Pats defense showed up. Bill Belichick hardly ever loses to rookie quarterbacks, and Zach Wilson was pretty much throwing them the ball.
I was gonna say, look, he's on the Pats. Do that 4 in-toes. He had 4 in-toes. I'm like, why are you writing about this game? You throw 4 in-toes 99.9 times, you're gonna lose the game.
It was, and they were so bad too. It wasn't like there was a defender inside. It was one of them. He literally just threw it to the guy.
First of all, how you get 4 in-toes and a penalty? You ain't on the field long enough.
This is why they did.
Unless it was all defensive penalties.
This is why the Jets, they've started 0-2 the past 5 years or something like that. This is why they are who they are.
And granted, you ran the ball 31 times, but he had 152 yards, almost 5 yards per carry. You probably want to relieve your quarterback from throwing over 30 times as a rookie. 20 to 25, maybe. You might have 1 in-toe, 2. But you got to help your young man out.
Well, they just got to... I have no idea what's going on with the Jets. They got a whole lot of talent, but it's not coming together right now, and it just looks bad for them. It might get worse, but for the Pats, once again, offensively, getting that red zone has been an issue for some years, and once again, they get down there and they're kicking field goals, and it's just like they need to find a way to address this issue because it's been a problem for the past 4 years, and it's just, you got opportunities they do a flea flicker and they throw a 10 or 15-yard pass on a flea flicker. I don't know, man. I just don't understand their offense once they get into that red zone, because it's just
I don't think they understand either, because they were so used to Brady just figuring it out.
Yeah.
So like, we gotta go through the maturation and just getting better as a team. Unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. Hey, you gotta beat these bad teams while you can, but they need to grow. The offense needs to get a lot better, because you're not gonna win that many games scoring just one touchdown and kicking a lot of field goals.
I still don't like Jones throwing the ball that much as a rookie. I like them just trying to have a better, well-balanced. I get it. They're still trying to hold on to their old offense, but like, the league's different. He's not that guy right now. Give him some time, just like you thought. You knew Brady wasn't that guy right then and there, so you gave him some time. Like,
yeah, I don't think Brady ever threw 30 passes his first year as a starter. I don't think he ever. I'll tell you, maybe a couple times. I don't think he ever.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're putting too much pressure on this kid. Like,
and Josh McDaniels' play calling. He needs to adapt to this new era of football, because some of his play calling, the offensive scheme and stuff like that, it's kind of outdated, and it's not what's working in this NFL.
He has a great relationship with, Bill. So, he's always welcome back.
Yeah.
Bill needs to start, adding some more coaches to the tree, though.
They need it. Anyway, let's go to the former Pats quarterback. Jeez Louise, 5 touchdown passes in this one. He's got 9 on the season. And the Falcons, it's the Falcons.
I wrote nothing about
Falcons. Like, the Falcons. Two pick sixes to the same person in the fourth quarter. And they made a run to make it close, 25-28 at one point, but then next thing you know, it's 48-25, and Matt Ryan just looks bad.
Bro, I just told you, I wrote nothing about the Falcons. The only thing I wrote about the Falcons, Atlanta scores in the fourth quarter. So, Ryan's going to get his yards. He's not really going to get many touchdowns. He's not going to get you many victories. Like, he's a great stat guy, unfortunately. He might even go down as, like, Atlanta's greatest quarterback, because he's been there so long and he has probably all the records stat-wise, but he's not. And BC, I try to respect it. No, but it's done.
Yeah, it's not working out. They really should have drafted a quarterback. I don't understand why they didn't draft a quarterback. I mean, Kyle Pitts, their first round pick, he's good and all that, but you could find tight ends here and there. Quarterbacks, those are dime and dozens. Good quarterbacks that have played for a long time.
He's been doing the same thing for since I started the show.
Yeah,
mad yards, 1 or 2 touchdowns. Like,
yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's like, yeah. As you can see, these guys left me speechless. But for the Bucks, they just keep getting better and better. Offensively, they got better this week, and then defensively, they definitely had a good game defensively, except that meltdown in the fourth quarter. But getting turnovers, that's what they do. That was like a key staple for them last year, getting turnovers and scoring off turnovers. And they had a big game coming up, so it's always great to get that win going. Knowing that you're going out west to play the Rams, who are a lot of people's favorite to make it to the NFC Championship game. But for these guys, they need their running backs to step up, because it's been a slow start for them. You
can't have 11 carries and you fumble one of them.
Hey man, that's 2 weeks in a row they fumbled.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, if you're not going to get that many carries, you have to utilize every possession you get, and you got to just do the best with it you can.
Yeah,
that didn't even come out right, but whatever. You know what I meant.
Yeah, these guys, their running game, those running backs, they definitely need to step up, because that's a key thing. Because the Bucs like to do the play action, so you can't play action if you're not running the ball.
And they don't need that much from you running backs,
right?
So just do the little bit you asked for,
and hold on to the ball.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but offensively, their receivers, they got all their receivers actually back. O.J. Howard, he missed last year. He actually came back in this one, so they got.
Bro, Brown didn't even score. He didn't even do much. much. That just shows how deep they are.
Right.
Because he was killing last week, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So it just shows like it could be anybody's day.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially with Brady. He knows how to get the ball to all receivers.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, I forgot my thought, but whatever. Yeah, whatever. All right, Derrick Henry. So the Seahawks were pretty much beating the brakes off the Titans, and I just completely stopped paying attention. And next thing I know, I don't remember.
I think I picked the Titans.
Probably. I forgot to do the tally up. But,
All right.
But yeah, I think I picked the Seahawks. Whatever. Derrick Henry, over 200 yards. Titans came back in the fourth quarter, forced it to overtime, and won off a field goal. I was trying to keep up with this game because I saw the Seahawks winning the whole time, and then next thing I know, I see it's a tie game going into overtime, and then I look at Derrick Henry's stats. I'm like, oh, okay then.
I'll be honest, if I was a Seahawks fan, I don't know how much this game I would be able to stay at. The Titans had the ball for 20 more minutes. Yo, they had the ball for 20 more minutes, like, and then with penalties, come on, Seattle, you can't have 10 penalties for 100 yards, like,
yeah,
you just gave them a nice, you know what I mean, that nice good field position. You let them march down the field with your penalties.
Right.
like, let's be real here.
Yeah, it was bad, and I don't even know where things went left for Seattle because they were, you know, they scored 21 points in the second quarter, and then they scored 6 points the rest of the game after that. They allowed.
I think it was the Titans just eating away at that clock and keeping them off. I want to say off balance mentally, just because like I feel like the Seahawks are more of a high-powered offense because you know you got that great quarterback, and then you know Titans is a solid offense with a great running back. So you know how it goes. They're gonna run you to death.
Yeah.
And tire you out and have your guys sitting. And when they get out there, they're going to be cold, you know? Especially sitting 20 minutes.
They ran the ball 40 times. I mean, Derrick Henry had 35 carries, and he was getting 5 yards per carry. So, yeah, and that in the fourth quarter, you know what, you don't want to tackle a big dude like that no more. It just wears you down.
All that constant, you know what I mean, getting hit. Quarter after quarter after quarter, fourth quarter comes, all right, bro, just go, man.
Right.
I just go.
A lot of arm tackling and stuff. You just tired, and it's just like, man. Oof. So the Titans, and I like they got Julio Jones involved in this game because he was a non-factor, I should say, in the first game. So
I'll be honest, this might be a new big three type because Julio ain't no slouch. Tannehill's a quality, decent quarterback, and Henry's that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, man. He's shown time and time again he could put the team on his back, and especially when they're down. So, hey, Seattle just go back to the drawing board. They played well, but they just, as you said, they weren't on the field.
Yeah, that's real, because Tannehill threw the ball 40 times, and they ran the ball almost 40 times. Like, there was no room for the Seahawks out there.
Yeah, well, better luck next time. All right, and we will go to Craig. He's going to give us week 2. He's going to recap the Pats' performance of week 2, and then we're going to come back and talk a couple more NFL games, and then go to the good stuff.
What up, everybody, and welcome to No Huddle here on After the Whistle. Coming to you live from in my car, straight out of work. Haven't had time to, get all dressed up for you and give you the show you deserve, but I'm here anyway. And I kind of almost like this on-the-spot, impromptu kind of format that I've been doing these last couple weeks. So I just want to talk about this Patriots game last week, week 2. And let's not get ahead of ourselves. The Patriots did well, but let's be clear, they did well against arguably one of the worst teams in the league. That's not to say that they didn't do good against Miami. They did lose to Miami due to a couple running back fumbles, which I believe have been rectified. First thing I gotta say, first thing I noticed about this game is our running back game is looking real strong. Damian Harris is looking like Marshawn Lynch reincarnated. James White looks like James White reincarnated, catching passes, getting yards. I'm really loving the look of this run game right now. I thought we would see more of Stevenson, but with the way White and Harris looked in this game, I don't need more than that. Second, I'm starting to see our receivers really come together, making plays, from Jonnu Smith to Hunter Henry to Nelson Aguilar. Everybody's looking good. The thing I like about Mac Jones, reminiscent of Brady, is he's really spreading the ball around. He's giving everybody an opportunity to eat. He's making smart decisions. He's not rushing, and he's throwing the ball kind of on the button. I'm really liking Mac Jones. Not too much. I don't want to give the kid too many props. Like I said, I was not a Mac Jones believer. I'm getting closer, but I am not there yet. I want to see a lot more. I'm loving our defense. We're not as good as getting to the quarterback as I would like us to be, but we're not terrible at it either. I don't know how good the Jets' offensive line is, so was it a little bit easier to get to the quarterback than it will be for other teams? Maybe, maybe not, but I'm liking what I'm seeing. I want to see it develop into more. I like the fact that our cornerbacks are looking like wide receivers out there. 3 or 4 interceptions on the rookie quarterback. Number 2 overall draft pick, not looking so great out there. So I'm happy with the defense, very much so. I do want to see a little bit more pass rush going on. And I do believe, which is always, I feel like has always been a problem for the Patriots, we are mediocre at stopping the run. The linebackers need to get together, and they need to come together and learn how to stop the run a little bit better. You got a second-year running back getting yards. I feel like all the running backs had opportunities to eat against us, and I don't like it. I want us to be the type of defense that the run game doesn't exist against. So that's a spot that I think needs the most improvement. Cornerbacks are really shutting down the pass game for the most part, and to hold a team to only 2 field goals, to me that's super impressive. But when your number 2 wide receiver is Braxton Berrios, a waived player from the New England Patriots, and your number 1 is a rookie, Elijah Moore, who I like very much so. I think I'm seeing flashes of some quality wide receiver skill in the likes of Elijah Moore. I'd like to see some more develop from him. I love football, so even though he plays for a doo-doo team that I hate, I still want to see him progress. I also do like Carter, the rookie running back from the Jets, but I don't want to see him have good games against us. So we need to learn. We got to get better at shutting that stuff down. All in all, the Patriots looked very good against a subpar team. We have better matchups coming up. I got to see how we perform against the better quality teams to make a quality assessment. But I'm happy with what I saw and hope to see more greatness in the future. That's all the time I have this week. So see you next week on No Huddle, and back to After the Whistle.
All right, and we are back. All right, a couple more NFL games. Yes, we're going to go quickly through these ones. The Vikings. My goodness, do you even bring the kicker back on the plane ride home back, or do you just leave him there? Because, my goodness, they've had some bad luck with kickers.
Remember, when I played, I barely talked to the guys at the end of the bench because they complained about playing time and didn't do anything to improve. Really? So, you already know my stance with the kicker. Leave him in the hotel. Go pay for your own flight home.
Yeah, because he's just like, these dudes just fought so hard in a tightly contested game, and they got you into, it wasn't like a deep field goal. They got you close. It was like a 30 or 40 yard field goal. It should be like. They
fought so hard. They got to chase this little quarterback around.
Right.
He throws for 400 yards, and at least y'all can't help the man out. Like, come on, kicker. Like, you should have seen what was happening to the team.
Right.
You had one job.
I was at the 25-yard line.
You had one job.
25-yard. That was a 25-yard field goal.
I'm not going to sit there and say we could do that because you see what they be doing to people. They be pulling them out and have them try it. I'm just saying, if you're a professional, I know some college guys that can do that. You've
been doing that for a while. That should be easy. That should be like a free throw to y'all.
And you had one job.
One. And we're giving the Cardinals credit, man. Yo, Kyler Murray, he's
nasty.
Yeah, he's been having himself quite the game to start off the season. You know, trying to make the MVP run for this season for the Cardinals, and the way they playing, and just as you said, just defense is just chasing them around. It's just like. It's frustrating.
And he's a smaller quarterback, and he's hard to take down. So kickers, help your team out.
And some of the throws he makes too are kind of ridiculous. That touchdown, the touchdown, like he rolled that way.
And that's my mean. If I'm a kicker, I'm like, yo, this dude's killing us. I got to get us out here with a win.
Yeah.
Boom. That's what it is.
You can't start the season 0-2 like that, especially when you had both games. You had the opportunity to squeak out a victory. So the Vikings, they could easily be 2-0, but they just keep costing themselves the game. But yeah, Kyler Murray.
And more power to the Vikings players for having a lot of self-control, because when teams lose and because of the kicker, I'm surprised that guy don't have a black eye or something next weekend.
Pull it like T.O. yelling, I hate that kicker.
Yeah, something like. And I get it, you're supposed to respect all your teammates, but when you got a guy that gets paid to do one thing, I'm sorry, bro. You don't get the same leeway as everybody else.
Definitely. All right, and lastly, this guy, Tyrod Taylor, must have the worst luck in the world. He was actually stuck. He was balling, and then he's hurt. Once again, now somebody else is in, and they ended up losing. And he was having himself a game against the Texans. But I swear, someone did some black magic on him or something, because he has the worst of luck.
I feel bad for him, but I would also say it's probably partly karma for Houston. And he just happened to be an innocent bystander.
Now with Houston, it's just like, all right, so what's going to happen now?
Because think about it. Watson asked to be let go. They keep him captive. All this legal nonsense comes in. You say, all right, we'll get somebody else just because they knew they messed up. And what happens? Your starting quarterback gets hurt. You guys need to just fix stuff. You need to just make things right. I
don't even know what's going to happen with that whole Deshaun Watson incident. I don't even know, because he's still on the roster, but they don't look like he's going to be playing anytime soon, and it don't look like they care to have him play. So.
And you knew once they got Tyrod Taylor, it was whatever, Watson, just shush you away. Now it's like, oh.
Yeah, I think I go to the third string quarterback, who I think they've said is going to start this weekend's matchup. So
I do feel bad for Tyrod Taylor. I don't have any sympathy for the Texans, though. They let go everybody else. Let go Watson.
All right, man. Yeah, it's just a whole lot of crazy things. A lot of whole crazy stuff happening. All right, couple quickly, some other NFL rules. Tua, he's out again for the Raiders.
Yeah, I seen that.
That's another one. Ooh, that's another guy. His career is kind of ooh. All right, Ben Roethlisberger, he hurt. Steelers offense, ooh, they look bad.
Who's their backup?
I think Dwayne Haskins.
Well, let's go Haskins.
Yeah. Lastly, Antonio Brown, he's on the COVID list, COVID-19 list. They announced Wednesday. He's the third player on that team to be on the list. So I think he probably got to pass a couple tests before Sunday night's game, and maybe he could play. So
what's it, 3?
Yeah, I think so. So that is that. All right. So Athletes Corner, we have another soccer. We got some more soccer for you all.
Hope.
Kipp Academy. Marco Escobar, he had like 6 goals in one game.
I got to see what he looks like.
Yeah, we haven't done it.
All right.
Yeah, Marco Escobar. He had 6 goals in one game. I think he had 3 in another game. I think he's starting off with like 14 goals in like the first 3 or 4 games.
And remember what I said on the show?
Yeah.
We got so many kids from different countries that actually enjoy watching and playing soccer. I'm looking forward to seeing kids doing big things.
Yeah,
going to college, getting scholarships.
All right, so Athletes Corner with Marco Escobar. We're going to come back. We got some highlights for y'all. Hello and welcome to another edition of Athletes Corner, and today we have Kipp Academy striker, senior Marco Escobar. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good today. Yeah.
All right, man. Thank you for coming down. I know you got practice today and all that, so thank you for taking the time. Quite the start to the season so far. You guys suffered y'all first loss on Monday. Talk to me a little about that game on Monday.
Yeah, I mean, Monday we had a tough opponent. They were in a higher division than us, I think by two or three divisions higher than us. We had a player, our starting center mid, suspended for that one game, so it was tough. We had to fill in the pieces. We had it for a little bit. Fortunately, we couldn't hold up.
Yeah, where do you think it kind of got away from you guys in that game? Where you think that they kind of took advantage and was able to squeak that one out? Where do you think that?
I mean, I heard before the game even started, like, I heard they were scared because, like, I mean, we put up a lot of goals this season in very few games. But I don't know, like I said, we had them in the beginning, but I guess, like, without all our plays, we just couldn't hold on the entire game. Yeah. And they just ended up getting to us.
Just one of those situations, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
Talk about the program for a while, because you guys the soccer program has been making some noise the past couple of years. It seemed like every year it's just been getting better and better. The players have been improving each year. Just talk about the overall Kipp Academy soccer program and, you know, the things that you all have been doing over there.
Well, I mean, when I joined my freshman year, I joined like right from the start. When I joined, I was new. We also got a new coach, so I feel like that had a big impact as well. Our freshman year, we started off in a pretty low division, and like every single year we've just been getting higher and higher. I feel like our coach and like just our mentality as a team together, like we've all just like become a family now. Yeah. I feel like the chemistry and everything. Yeah.
And also, like, you guys have all grown together, because there's a lot of upperclassmen on this team, or?
Not that much. Seniors, it's just, I think, four to five seniors, I think. But most of us have been playing together, like, since kids. Yeah. So I feel like we've all, like, had that chemistry for a while now. Yeah. And then, like, a bunch of other pieces have been coming in, and, like, we've just been able to fit everyone in and stuff.
Yeah. And putting together a team it's always difficult, because you just have to find the right blemishes, the right people in position. You feel like the coach constantly puts the right guys in at the same time, you know, in the right positions for you guys to be successful.
Yeah, I feel like me and like some of our players, we know how most of us play. Like, we know most of our players, the coach as well. Like, the coach makes a decision, and like he checks in with like the captains. Yeah. Like for me, for example, he also checks in with like the others players to see how they feel and stuff, to see if it's like right for them, or if like the other players feel like if it's right for them as well and for the team. So I feel like it's just like a whole team effort, you know.
Yeah, and you know, besides suffering the first loss on Monday, you guys were 4-0 at one point. You know, starting off hot, starting off pretty well. A lot of the offense was really clicking. You guys were getting a lot of goals in there. You know, just talk about what is it about your offense that had you guys clicking on such a high cylinder to start the season off?
I mean, just the work, practice, preseason. Preseason had a lot to do with it. I feel like I personally quit my job to practice and stuff for preseason to be ready. And then I feel like most of our players have been putting a lot of work into in preseason. I feel like our midfield and our attack just has a big impact on it. Like the way we all work together and have worked during the preseason and practices still.
Yeah. And for you, I mean, you said it's 17 goals in 5 games.
Yeah.
You had a 6-goal game to start the season, and I think you followed that up with like a 3 or 4-goal game.
Yeah.
If I'm correct, tell me how are you able to just generate so much goals? Especially talk to me about the 6-goal game.
Honestly, it's like I play a big part, as well as my midfield and my partners on the attack. I feel like it's not just me. Like they get the ball from the back, they make the plays, everything. Like I'm just the one that ends up finishing it. I feel like, yeah, like you can't. Like I feel like I'm in a team, for example. Like I feel like they're like the designers of like a big like building or something, and then I'm the one that like carries that out after they do like all the planning and everything. I'm just the one that finishes it, you know.
Yeah, pretty much. Now, is the 6-goal game, is that a Kipp record, or that you know of?
For Kipp, I'm not sure. I know for me it was definitely 6 goals in a game. I feel like all the chances I had, I took advantage of them, as well as my team setting me up and everything.
Yeah.
I feel like it was just like every chance we had, we just took it and made the best out of it.
And the thing with soccer is it's so hard it's not easy to get one goal.
Yeah.
But it's not easy to get two, but to get 6 in a sport where it is, there's a lot of great players out there, a lot of defense, especially when you're the guy that can get all the goals. A lot of defense is a key in on you, but that just speaks more to your team and how they're just able to get you in the right position to get those goals, because in every game so many eyes are going to be on you because they know that's the person that's going to score.
Yeah.
Are you more like, when you have all those eyes on you, do you change something, or you just know, okay, some games I might not get the opportunities because they might key in on me a little more, but when I get my opportunity, I'm going to make the most of it?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, like, with what we have now, I know on Monday, like, the team's been studying us, so they knew how, like, me and, like, each and everyone played. So I feel like once, like, you get that attention, like, it's harder to make the plays and to be able to play your game. So I feel like when I'm shut down, or when I know I have a lot of defenders on me, it's harder for me to, like, play how I play. But I know I have confidence and trust in my teammates that, like, when I know I'm locked down, they step up, and I could trust them and have confidence in them to get their job done as well.
Yeah, definitely. And now you guys have a long break. You got a long break until your next game. Your next game is Saturday. You're going against St. Mary's, and this is kind of pretty good for the city to have two teams in the same city going at it. So far, what have your coaches told you about St. Mary's and the things they like to do?
Honestly, I haven't heard a lot. We did see them play against English in the state tournament. I know they lost 1-0, and I think it was on Monday. They were playing right before us, and again, I think they were losing 5-0 to another team. I haven't heard much about them or their players, but I mean, I'm confident me and my team could pull something out of it and come out with the win.
Yeah, and then just long term, because the way you guys are playing, it seems like you guys are turning into one of the better teams in the state. And as the season goes on, and then as postseason creeps up around, how do you think your team can fare against some of the other teams? Because you said you guys have played some of the best teams, and you guys always hold your own. So when postseason play comes around, how do you think your team is going to fare against some of the other teams in the state?
I'm not sure. I mean, Monday was a good example. Just we got unlucky. We had a suspended player. I felt like if we had all our pieces, I felt like we could have changed the whole number. We weren't scared, but it was definitely, we knew it was going to be a challenge. Knowing we were going to face teams in the higher division, but that's not stopping us from getting what we need to get done. And honestly, it's just motivation to keep practicing and putting more work and effort.
Definitely. Lastly, before we get up out of here, please let them know if they want to follow you. Plug in your social medias. If it's Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, just plug it in. That's your camera right there.
Snapchat is eLewisAngel. Yeah.
And there you go. And make sure you go check them out Saturday, 10 a.m., right? Saturday morning.
Yeah, 10 a.m.
Saturday, 10 a.m. at Manning Field. They will be taking on St. Mary's. So make sure to check them out, the 4-1 Kipp Academy Panthers. Looking to go 5-1 on Saturday. All right, you guys have been watching Athletes Corner. Thank you. I want to give a big thank you to Marco for coming by. He got to go to practice. So everybody, have a good one. And we are back. Time for some highlights, some high school football highlights. All right, so I had to since I wasn't at any of these games, because I was obviously out of town, I had to scramble and find some of these games just to put highlights. I had to call and all that nonsense, which I don't like doing.
I would have went there and recorded some games for you on my phone. Not the camera, though.
All right, so, man, before we go to the highlights, actually, let's go to the highlights first, and I'll talk about it later. We'll go to these football highlights, and then we'll come back. I got to talk about them. Yeah. back. So let's talk about high school football. Man, it was rough. It's been rough. It was rough for some of the teams out here. Oh man, Classical. Whew, yeah. When I looked, it was 13-12. 3 minutes later, I looked, they're down 34-12.
Who they play?
They were playing Marblehead.
What?
Yeah. We should never lose to Marblehead like that, ever. But they ended up losing 54-20 to Marblehead, which that should never happen. But
yeah,
it was bad. It was bad. And then, you know how much I don't like Swampscott. So
they lost to them too?
Then English, 41-14, they lost to Swampscott. At one point, they had the lead. They was up 14-6 at one point, and then I don't know what happened. But we gotta get it together. Come on, guys, we gotta get it together. We can't be out here letting these towns next to us do this type of stuff to us. This ain't acceptable. This is not
for real.
Yeah.
I mean, these towns are used to just taking L's.
Yeah. We never lose to Marblehead. That's one thing. You should never lose to Marblehead.
Should be called Lobblehead. Yeah. And Lampskit. That's how many LAs take from us.
All right. Lynn Tech lost to Boston English 36-16. They're playing Saturday against Manchester. Classical, they're going on the road Friday to Somerville. English, it don't get any easier for them. They're playing against Super Bowl favorite Everett. So at Manning Field. Yeah, but Kipp Academy, they won 29-0. Quarterback had 3 touchdowns, 2 passing, 1 on the ground. Saturday, they're at Georgetown. I might be at that game.
Is Kipp the best team in the city?
I mean, them in St. Mary's right now might be.
They got some guys that be getting some awards and stuff. I seen it in the paper.
Yeah,
was it last year's?
Yep.
So I ain't seen nobody else from the city. So one Kipp Classical actually. I think he was a lineman.
Kipp is there. They have a case for the best team in the city. So does St. Mary's. They put 62 on the board against Bellingham, wherever that is. People thought Bellingham was going to win this game because their quarterback apparently was getting D1 and D2 offers. But yeah,
he do know most of the kids that go to St. Mary's are from Lynn nowadays. Ain't that whole North Shore anymore.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Lynn kids over there.
Big congrats! Shout out to David Brown Jr. He got five touchdowns on the game. I think he had 2 punt returns for a touchdown as well. Ali had 2 rushing touchdowns. So congratulations to guys. Yeah, those guys. That's 42. I think they had 48 their first game, and they scored 62 in this one. Right. And now Friday they had Bishop Feheen. Well, however you pronounce that.
We didn't play them either. These are like some new schools. They might have been like D3 and came down or something.
Okay, never heard that's who they're going against on Friday. So they're looking to go 3-0 in that one. Some soccer updates for everybody. St. Mary's, they lost to Bishop Fenwick. That's y'all rivals, right?
Yes.
They lost 4-0 to Bishop Fenwick. They're hosting Arlington Catholic today, actually. Yeah. By the time this airs out, the final score probably up. But they're playing Arlington Catholic today.
Oh, they beat Fenwick, right?
Who? St. Mary's?
Yeah.
No, they lost.
See, y'all need to start. Y'all need to stop these new trends. I ain't never lost to Fenwick. I got a list of schools and cities we've never lost to.
Kipp lost their first game of the season to Stoneham 6-2. They are actually hosting St. Mary's Saturday morning at Manning Field. That should be a good one. In-city matchup. Lynn Classical last night defeated Everett, handed Everett their first loss. They beat them 3-1. Lynn Tech, they are 5-0. Their soccer program, they're 5-0. They defeated Greater Lowell 1-0. In girls soccer, Lynn Classical also beat Everett 5-0. Jada Mateo, she had 3 goals in this one. They're playing Gloucester on Thursday. Another, I want to hear this. So I was at St. Mary's for the Fall League. So they had the volleyball game happening earlier, and they were playing against Bishop Fenwick, and Bishop Fenwick won that one as well. They beat the volleyball. But I didn't know volleyball games got lit like that.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
I used to work them in college.
Oh, yeah. The one in St. Mary's, there was a crowd in there. It was loud.
I was a ball guy. I was not no line judge.
Yeah.
That was not getting yelled at for messing up the score. Nah, you know me. I'll cut you out yelling at me about the score.
Oh man. And then there's some Fall League highlights. Man, we got Fall League well, in the highlights section, you'll see the Fall League highlights. English and Cambridge played one crazy game yesterday. English won it off a buzzer beater. My little cousin, he made the shot because they drew up a play for Tyrese. And then, Tyrese cut to the basket. He went to they had two guys wide open at the 3-point line. He just shot that.
Oh, your cousin plays basketball.
The one that be at Kipp. You be seeing him at the Y.
He plays at Kipp? I didn't know. I just always see him at the Y. I never knew he even made a team or tried out for anything. These kids be just walking around the Y.
I ain't know either. Listen, he's related to me, and I ain't know.
That's why I was like, what?
I ain't know all this either. He's related to me, and I ain't know either. But I guess all that work he been putting in at the Y, it was showing out because he was making shots yesterday.
Well, tell him come see me, bro. He sees what I do. I don't know why kids are,
Yeah, but that was a crazy game.
All right.
That was a wild game. Well, since we done already did the top 10 NFL highlights, let's go into our week 2 game picks. Let's see what we got going on here. Before we get that, Ben Simmons said he's not reporting to training camp at all. You heard that, right?
I seen that.
And it's just like, all right, guy.
Whatever, bro.
Have you worked on your jump shot? You pretty much, they were done with you. You were done with them. So it's like, well, whatever. Okay.
I guess he's just trying to jump out the relationship before he gets dumped.
I think he was already dumped.
I could have told you that.
All right, let's go to our week. What was this? Week 2, right? Week 3. Week 3 game picks. Thursday, I'll tally up the scores because I forgot to tally up last week, but I'll tally up this week and last week's, and then we'll give it to you guys next week on how we did. All right, Panthers at Texans. The Panthers 2-0. Their defense is looking really good, and Sam Darnold is looking pretty decent.
I'm definitely taking the Panthers.
Yeah, I'm taking the Panthers as well. Washington football team at the Bills. I know how much you hate that they don't have a name.
I'm taking the Bills.
I'm taking the Bills. I, too, am taking the Bills because the Washington football team's defense has not been what as advertised so far. Bears at Browns.
Browns.
Justin Fields is starting this one.
Browns.
You're taking the Browns? I'm going to take the Bears. Ravens at Detroit.
Ravens.
I will take the Ravens. Colts at Titans. I think the Colts got a backup quarterback in there.
I'm picking the Titans anyways.
Yeah, I'm picking the Titans.
What's his name? Play for the Colts?
Bro, he done messed up both his ankles.
That's my point. Like, bro.
I'm taking the Titans just off how they played the last game. Chargers and Chiefs. Ooh.
I don't see the Chiefs dropping 2 in a row. I'm gonna take the Chiefs.
I'm gonna take them either because I don't know when's the last time they actually dropped 2 in a row.
Yeah, I just don't see it.
Oh, Pats and Saints. I mean, Jameis, we praised him.
You're gonna take this L, brother. Like, we like you and all, but yeah.
Man, we praised him week 1, and then he kind of reverted a little back to the guy we all know and love. But yeah, I'm taking the Pats.
Yeah, man.
Saints defense is tough though, but yeah, I'm taking the Pats just because coming up north and no, actually, it's in New Orleans. Oh, it's up here. It's up here.
It don't matter.
Yeah, it don't matter. Falcons and Giants.
Giants.
Yeah, I'm taking the Giants.
Wholeheartedly Giants.
Bengals, Steelers.
Bengals.
I'm going with Bengals too because I have no idea who the Steelers quarterback is going to be. Cardinals and Jaguars. Cardinals. Jets, Broncos.
Broncos.
Yeah, Broncos. The Raiders, 2-0. Derek Carr looking good. Offense looking good. Defense playing well. Dolphins got Jacoby Brissett in at quarterback.
I don't care about none of that. You know I'm picking the Raiders.
Yeah, I'm picking the Raiders too. One of the primetime game of the weekends, Buccaneers and the Rams, and this is in Los Angeles.
I'm going with the Rams. Just go around.
You going with the Rams?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Bucs because I think Matthew Stafford's going to remind us why he's Matthew Stafford late in the game. Seahawks, Vikings in Minnesota.
Vikings.
You going with the Vikings?
Yeah.
I'm going with the Vikings too. I think they're going to get this one. Packers, 49ers.
The Pack.
You going with the Pack?
Yeah.
I want to be with you on that with the Pack. Yeah, I'll go with the Pack. I think yeah, I'll go with the Pack. I was going to pick the boy. Eagles and Cowboys, Monday Night Football.
Eagles.
You going with the Eagles? I will go with the Cowboys because their defense has actually been a decent-looking defense for a while.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
Yeah, but whatever. All right, that's it for us. Make sure you check out Lynn Community Television, lyntv.org. Check out the website. Facebook page, Lynn Community Television. Instagram, LCTV After the Whistle. Check out highlights. Highlights are going to be being posted up there from some of the fall league games, some of the football games. Highlights will be there, so make sure you follow LCTV After the Whistle. Make sure you follow him, Mr. Burton 23 on Instagram. Make sure you follow me, Mukala K, on Instagram. A lot of great things happening. Oh, make sure you check out all the football games this weekend on Friday and Saturday. They got 2 games Saturday at Manning Field, 1 game Friday night at Manning Field, 7 p.m. Make sure you go check that out. Also check out all the soccer games that are happening too, because the soccer season has been. The soccer teams are doing really well in the city. So make sure you check them out. Friday is my homegirl Laura's birthday, so big happy birthday to Laura. Yeah, that's it. Any BJ shout-outs?
Nah, Halloween come out this weekend, I think.
Some people, it's always Halloween for them. Cause
I mean, generation we for a lifetime.
Have a good one. Have a good one, everybody.